Hello and welcome to the video review for week 2 of Understanding Language. It's great to see some of the discussions from week 1 are still active. Keep commenting. There are new people joining all the time, so we expect the previous week's discussions to remain active. That said, a lot of you have moved on to the week 2 materials, and out of the 5,500 comments we've had on the course so far, a good 1,000 of those are on the week 2 materials. Now, you'll know if you've seen the week 1 review that I use this as an opportunity to highlight some of the comments on the week's materials that I've found particularly interesting. I've actually found it really hard this week to select a few comments to highlight, because the quality of the interactions, the thought that's gone into some of the longer comments is really impressive on this course. So thank you for all your contributions. Keep them coming, and apologies if I don't highlight yours. This week the focus has been mainly on approaches to teaching and learning in the classroom, and we started off looking at classroom culture. A lot of you agreed that it's really important to create a friendly and supportive atmosphere in the classroom, and that support from your peers is really important for learning. With that in mind, I'd like to encourage those of you who've been with us for a couple of weeks and who feel at home here to perhaps pop back to week 1, have a look at step 1.2, where new learners are introducing themselves, see who's just recently joined, and perhaps add a welcoming comment, reply to one of their introductions to help them settle into the course. We've discussed naturalistic learning and classroom-based learning and contrasted the two, with a lot of you feeling that both have an important role to play. And in terms of approaches to classroom learning, there's been a lot of discussion about task-based learning and teaching. Some of you have provided very creative examples of tasks that you've undertaken with classes. Berenice has had her students create a cookery show, like a TV show, and Katie's students have produced weather reports. We've also heard about some great CLIL lessons, that is content and language integrated learning, where the subject content, the students have to learn the subject content as much as they have to learn the language. Zorana described some physics-related lessons that sounded really engaging, and Maria's ancient history lessons involved craft and drama and sounded really, really interesting. So thank you everybody for sharing the sort of things that you've done with your classes. There have been a lot of discussions about task-based teaching and good old PPP, and combining the two, finding a balance, the pros and the cons, and also the challenges of introducing an innovative new approach to teaching where students and perhaps teachers and management are not familiar with it. I don't think I could single out a specific comment on or thread on that topic to highlight, but luckily I don't have to, because Joshua's done a great job of linking some of them together. So if you check out Dennis's comment about one of the challenges he's faced in introducing task-based learning and teaching, you can then follow the links from that thread to another to find out more about what people have experienced. Elsewhere, Igor started a conversation about correction, and Joshua has described a really fascinating technological approach to correction, which you might want to give us your opinions on. By the way, Joshua often includes links in his comments. If you're not already following him, click on his name when you see one of his comments, and then click follow. You can follow as many people as you like in this way, people who you think often contribute interesting things, and then you can filter the activity to look at the comments, the new comments from the people who you're following. Also, a new bookmark feature has appeared in FutureLearn this week, which I'm finding really useful. So here's a little task for you to do. Find that bookmark feature, bookmark 1 or 2 of your favourite comments this week, and then in step 2.16, post a comment including a link to one of the comments that you bookmarked, and write a post reflecting on why you particularly liked that comment. So I think that's about it for this week. Week 3 is all about technology, and I think that's going to be a really exciting week. I know both Joshua and I have our own research interests in aspects of technology for learning, and there are participants on the course who are already doing online teaching, others who are classroom teachers but want to make the move into online teaching. So I'm really looking forward to a lot of interaction on how we use technology, how we want to use technology, how we maybe shouldn't use technology. So that should be a really great week. Keep all the comments and discussions going, because that's what really makes this course far more interesting and useful than we could possibly make it if you weren't contributing. See you next week.